For years, the mysterious disappearances of celebrities have captivated the public. Despite widespread recognition and fame, some stars have managed to slip away into obscurity, sparking a search for answers by both their fans and the media. The reasons behind their disappearances vary and often ignite a frenzy of conspiracy and intrigue. Regardless of the explanation, the loss of these famous individuals leaves a void in their respective fields. Theodosia Burr Alston was the daughter of Vice President Aaron Burr and one of the most prominent socialites of her time. She disappeared in 1813 while on a voyage from South Carolina to New York. It is believed that pirates captured her ship, but the exact circumstances of Theodosia's disappearance are unknown. Rumors swirled that she may have survived and started a new life, becoming a pirate's mistress or marrying a Native American. Her disappearance has added to the mystique of one of America's founding families, and she remains a fascinating figure in American history. Ambrose Bierce was an American writer best known for his satirical style. He disappeared in 1913 at the age of 71. Bierce traveled to Mexico to cover the Mexican Revolution, where he seemingly vanished into thin air. There are numerous working theories on what may have led to his demise, including that he may have ridden with the famed Pancho Villa's forces and met his end, or that he was injured and later succumbed to an infection. The opposite is also possible: he fought against Pancho Villa and was captured by his men. Lord Lucan was a British aristocrat who disappeared from London in 1974 after being implicated in taking the life of his children's nanny after mistakenly bludgeoning her instead of his wife. Lord Lucan was identified as the main suspect in the crime and then disappeared without a trace. Some theories suggest he drowned himself due to shame, while others suggest he went into hiding in Africa. His son even claims he is living as a Buddhist in Australia. Lucan wasn't legally declared deceased until 1999, and his son was prevented from inheriting his title until 2016. Dorothy Arnold was an American socialite who was a popular figure in New York City's high society and was the daughter of a wealthy businessman. In 1910, the 25-year-old went missing in the middle of the day in Central Park, never to be seen or heard from again. The case was one of the first high-profile disappearances in the U.S. and thus generated significant public attention. Dorothy's personal life consisted of a fraught relationship with her father and an affair with a much older man. Gossip about what happened to Dorothy was varied, and the truth never came to light. Sweet Jimmy Robinson fought Muhammad Ali in February 1961, solidifying himself in sports history as one of Ali's 50 opponents. Robinson's participation was mere luck as Ali's original opponent didn't show, so the boxer stepped in. The fight was short, and Robinson was soon forgotten until an ESPN reporter and an autograph collector tried to locate all 50 of Ali's opponents decades later. Robinson was the only one they couldn't find, with the last known sighting of him being in 1979, when he was broke and possibly dependent on alcohol, living on veteran benefits. His current whereabouts, or if he is still living, are unknown. Daniel Lindloff was a Swedish writer and director known for his work on Beijing UT, Hans-Och Hennes, and Beck, Annens Mannen. He disappeared while scouting locations for an upcoming project in the wild and remote Swedish island of Järpen in 2011. He intentionally separated from his friends to explore on his own and was never seen again. It's possible he fell or jumped into the water surrounding the island, but no remains have been found, and he remains officially missing, his final fate unknown. Weldon Keys was an American poet who spent decades just out of reach of fame. When he disappeared in 1955, it was known that he struggled with his mental health in relation to his lack of literary success. In July 1955, Keys's car was found abandoned near the Golden Gate Bridge, and he was nowhere to be found. Many believe the poet jumped from the bridge. Still, others consider the possibility he fled to Mexico to begin a new life. Zahir Rahman, a novelist from East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, became famous in 1971 with his documentary depicting the plight of refugees during the Bangladesh Liberation War. In January 1972, Rahman went missing while searching for his missing brother, who was also an intellectual, abducted before the war's end. It's widely believed both brothers met their end because they supported Bangladeshi independence. In 2013, a Bangladeshi court convicted Chowdhury Muinuddin for possible linked crimes, but the trial faced political bias, and Muinuddin has not been extradited from Britain. As a result, Rayhan's fate remains unknown. Fan Bingbing suddenly disappeared from the public eye in 2018. As one of China's most popular and highest-paid actresses, this sudden absence from the media sparked widespread speculation and concern among her fans and the entertainment industry. It later came to light that Chinese tax authorities were investigating the star for alleged tax evasion. The incident caused uproar in China and brought attention to tax avoidance in the entertainment industry. Fan's disappearance and subsequent reappearance with an apology after several months generated much media coverage and sparked discussions about power and influence in her home country. Amelia Earhart was an American aviator who was last heard from on July 2, 1937, while attempting to become the first woman to fly around the world. She was a well-decorated flying phenom who continues to captivate and inspire people to this day. Unfortunately, she and her navigator Fred Noonan lost contact in the Pacific during their journey and were never seen again. An ambitious joint search effort did not reveal any clues, making Amelia Earhart's disappearance one of the greatest aviation mysteries of all time. Glenn Miller was an American big band leader and trombonist who disappeared during World War II. He was one of the most popular and influential musicians of the era and was known for hit songs like In the Mood and Fools Rush In. On December 15, 1944, Miller was flying from England to Paris to perform for American troops when his plane disappeared. No sign of Miller or the plane was ever found. The plane likely crashed into the English Channel after being shot down by enemy fire or suffering from mechanical failure. The infamous Jimmy Hoffa was an American labor union leader who disappeared on July 30, 1975. He was the president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, a large and powerful union. Hoffa was last seen in the parking lot of a restaurant in Michigan. His disappearance remains one of the most infamous unsolved crimes in American history. Theories have been put forward over the years, including him being taken out by the mafia, put into witness protection, or buried under a baseball stadium. However, none of these theories have been definitively proven.